Last summer, I stayed to buy the iPhone 14 Pro series. For those of you who have, the iPhone 15 is finally equipped with a USB-C port. It is said that it is preparing to leap forward as an all-time model with news and new design. The news has come. But iPhone 14 Pro rumors. That was enough to finish. A game changer with a 48MP camera. The story that it will be and that it is preparing for satellite communication again. It is still unclear whether new changes are seen in the notch area. It was a clearer choice than the iPhone 15. But the concern. Uncertainty in the production base in China has become visible, causing disruptions in production. And some consumers who purchased the Pro series have a month and a half. There were times when I waited too long. Due to problems with production facilities and inflation. Increased cost due to never-ending war and Corona. Here in 2023. This year, we are facing the prospect of an economic recession. The key strategy that Apple is preparing is the strategy of maximizing value consumption. Today, smartphones are deeply embedded in our lives. Taking, sharing, and communicating photos and videos is now everyone's. It has become a daily life, and the smartphone has become a device that becomes the center of such daily life. It has been. As a result, Apple wants more people to buy the new iPhone. I'm preparing to get closer. If so, will Apple? What kind of things are you preparing? I will organize the information of the iPhone 15 and tell you. When it comes to Apple products, what comes to mind is an aluminum monolithic unibody and, since the release of the iPhone 10, the advanced non-magnetic stainless steel of the iPhone has been. It has become the most popular, but Apple is the first to use titanium. They wanted to apply it to their products. Released in 2001. A titanium body was applied to the PowerBook G4, the first generation model, but at the time, it weighs more due to lack of technology, and the case is rather brittle. Due to the problem that the paint peels off easily, the aluminum body has been changed from the second generation. You will use it. However, Apple uses titanium and titanium alloys and research on the application of hybrid plastics has been continued. Whether the iPhone 14 series uses titanium depends on the iPhone frame material. It was the biggest topic. However, it does not apply to the iPhone 14 series. It didn't work. The biggest reason here is that in 2020 Apple patent registered in November to color the titanium surface. It was delayed and the patent was filed in October last year. In response, Apple is now aggressively launching not only the iPhone, but also the iPad. We have a plan to apply titanium to the MacBook series. For those who have been waiting for the various colors of the Apple Watch titanium model, it seems that thirst can be quenched soon, and above all, the iPhone 15. The adoption of titanium is expected to be very strong for the Pro series. The industry is watching. The characteristics of the iPhone 15 series are similar to the previous iPhone 14 Pro series. The applied dynamic island will be expanded to all models. In addition, the existing corner edge part will change to a round shape. I see. However, like the existing iPhone 10, the side part is rounded. Does not apply. The side part is in the same flat shape as before. It is expected to continue. In the iPhone 15 Pro series, it is expected that the volume button will be mounted as a solid-state button. The solid-state button does not physically press the button. Depending on the touch time, the same as if the button was pressed with a taptic engine. It's a force feedback method that gives an effect. Adopted several times on the existing iPhone. It had been considered, but the adoption of this iPhone 15 Pro series. It is predicted to be very strong. This year's iPhone series is also the same as the previous one, the 6.1-inch iPhone 15. It will be released as a regular model and a 6.7-inch Plus model. It will be equipped with the same LTPS OLED as the previous one. iPhone 15 Ultra, the new name of iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone Max. 120Hz refresh rate LTPO OLED will be installed. Last year, the ratio of Samsung's supply for general and Pro model displays was. This year, the ratio of BOE's volume to the general type was very high. And some deliveries are scheduled for Pro models. Accordingly, as last year, Samsung, LG, and BOE are planning to supply. However, this is not definitive. Last year, BOE prepared for delivery. There is a precedent in which most of the cancellations were passed to Samsung due to quality issues. At that time, the delivery date was delayed in the early days of LG, so this quantity also benefited from Samsung. I went back, but I heard that BOE will deliver a large amount of goods this year. There is no need to worry about quality or defects at this time. Doesn't exist. Once again, when the news of delivery is confirmed in the summer, we will be able to tell you. As the news of the success of the 3nm process was delayed at TSMC this year, the A17 was installed. There were a lot of people who were worried. As we went into mass production at the end of last year, the iPhone 15 Pro series is scheduled to be equipped with a new A17 chipset. There is. However, in the academic world, the semiconductor ultrafine process competition has been going on for a long time. There was a view that it would reach its limit at the 2 to 3 nanometer level. It is known that there is no significant performance improvement compared to the previous version of the A17. However, power efficiency is predicted to improve by about 35%. In terms of RAM, the base model has 6 GB of RAM, the same as the previous model. It is expected to be installed and will be 8 GB for the Pro and Ultra models. It is expected to be upgraded. Last year's Pro model. For the first time, LPDDR5 RAM was applied, and Samsung and SK benefited. The iPhone 15 series is the same and has a capacity upgrade from the Pro series. Looking forward to it. Now, of the new iPhones that Apple actively develops and markets every year, the camera took another step forward as it was upgraded to 48MP from the previous one. However, as the number of pixels increased, the size and thickness of the lens became larger. However, this year's iPhone 15 Pro series has periscope folded zoom. A so-called periscope lens is installed to improve the zoom function. It is known that Cataract 2 will be greatly alleviated. That lens, upgraded from the existing 7 elements to 8 elements, together with the camera module. LG Innotek is planning mass production from March, and the camera's core sensor is. It is expected to be supplied by Sony, and the dynamic range is dramatically improved. There is news of improvement. More than anything, this year is the iPhone 15. The general model has a 48MP camera that was applied to the iPhone 14 Pro series. It's about to be upgraded. The iPhone 15 Ultra model has a lens. There are also rumors that one more lens will be added, making a total of 4 lenses. There is also talk that the front camera can increase from 1 to 2. It's being passed on. Camera sensor that Tim Cook hasn't revealed before. As the partnership with Sony, the leader, was also revealed, in the iPhone 15 series. It is expected to further emphasize camera performance. Now, finally, a USB-C type charging terminal will be applied to the iPhone. It is a view. However, Apple has been very aggressive lately with bidirectional charging. Possible patents and patents enabling mutual charging between Apple devices, etc. Recently, various patents related to wireless charging have been applied very aggressively. In the industry, it is expected that it can be converted to a fortress in the future. I'm predicting. However, the general type of the iPhone 15 to be released this time. USB-C type will be applied to all Pro series. The colors of the iPhone 15 are the existing colors Midnight, Starlight, and Red. Applied in blue and purple color seems to be able to change. iPhone 15 Pro and Ultra models come in gold, silver, and space black. in a format where the color is maintained and the existing deep purple color is changed. It is expected to proceed. For colors that are still changing, no info. We can tell you later when that content is added. I will let you. The iPhone 15 series is scheduled to be released in September as before. There is, however, as the pandemic continues, live at Apple. Whether or not the event will proceed is unknown. Released in Korea. Like the last iPhone 14 series, on October 6th, the first Friday of October. It is highly likely to be released. The exact schedule depends on the market situation. Subject to change. Now, one of the most important things, the unit cost of the supply chain at Apple. We are working on a mode that suppresses and reduces impressions as much as possible. Dynamic Island and 48MP camera on the iPhone 15 series. By putting it in, we are taking the direction of maintaining the existing price. Are being observed. Accordingly, the iPhone 15 series is the same as before. $799 iPhone 15 Plus, $899 and iPhone 15 Pro. The series is up $100 to $1,099 and Ultra to $1,199. It is expected to rise. Many people who like the smaller version of the iPhone are using the iPhone 15 mini. You are asking about the news. The iPhone SE series project. As it is folded for the time being, the romance for the mini series is getting bigger. Same. But from Apple's point of view, the Pro series that can't be sold without it. It seems to be getting more sold out. Especially with the name Ultra. Strategy to raise ASP while upgrading Max series. I have it, so please watch the mini series together with the SE series for the time being. It seems difficult. Now, this year, too, a lot of attention will be drawn to the Pro series. Expected? In particular, the Ultra model has been renamed too. Greater interest is expected by raising the rating even further. This year, the first 5G. It's an iPhone, users who purchase the iPhone 12 series under contract with a carrier. It's time to upgrade massively. Apple also. It seems to care about upgrading the general model. For iPhone 12 series and below, consider purchasing. For those who have an iPhone 12 series or higher, consider upgrading after an Apple trade-in and second-hand sale. It seems good. There is still a lot of unconfirmed information, so it's about upgrading to this extent. You are preparing. It would be nice to think that, and additional information. We'll let you know again as soon as we get it. Thanks for watching the video.